Welcome to episode 38 of A Message From. We're your hosts. I'm Alyson.
I'm Edward.
And I have some bad news.
You have bad news?
I have bad news.
What's your bad news? I'm smiling. I'm grinning.
You're so excited. It's really sad.
Oh.
Yeah, I said bad news.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. Okay, so hit me with it.
It's a Maryland zebra update. So
I didn't click on it. I didn't click on it in the doc, so I want to know. What is it?
So, breaking news. One of the zebras is dead.
Wait.
Get this. What? Go ahead.
Is it from winter?
No.
Okay.
It's not from weather. It's much more sinister.
Murder.
Sinister. Murder. It's murder. The zebra was murdered. Listen. Listen to this. Apparently it happened last month and the media has just now got confirmation of it.
Wow.
It's like, I'm like, there's a cover up. Get this. It was found, caught dead in an illegal snare trap. Guess where this snare trap was? On the border of the property of the original owner of the zebras.
Darkness.
Dark-sided.
That's dark-sided.
So dark-sided.
Oh, fuck, I hate that.
Isn't it awful?
Oh, my God.
So now there's still two out there on the loose, but I'm like, what if this loser guy has more illegal traps set?
I mean, if you've got one, might as well do a couple.
Right? He doesn't want his zebras out running around.
I'm so sad.
I know, right? That poor zebra. It deserved better.
It really did. It just wanted to see the snow.
Oh my gosh. It deserved so much better than the Tiger King of Maryland. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But they just wanted to live their lives.
You know what I just realized? Since they already lived in Maryland, they probably already, of course they survive winters because they already lived there.
Yeah, exactly.
That was so dumb of me.
Well, there were questions being asked about whether or not they could survive a winter on their own. But I mean, like I said, they're just grazers. They're just going to eat that grass.
Yeah, you and I know a lot about that.
Oh, yeah. We love some greens.
Love to graze.
Yes, we
do. Let's go on a lighter note.
Yeah, we need to bring this puppy up.
Yeah.
Cheer everyone up.
So, I was listening to New Music Friday yesterday, because today's Saturday, but Tuesday. Anyway. And I was just listening, going through my thing. You know, I go through Discover Weekly, Release Radar, New Music, USA, New Music Spain, blah, 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 blah. And I go through New Music Friday France. And I'm listening. Usually it's not very good, just a lot of rap.
No, I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, I love French rap. Don't get me wrong.
You do.
I'm such a trash bag. The UK rap, the French rap, the Italian rap, I'm all about it.
Italian rap is.
But, true. But New Music Friday is even more of a trash bag than I am. Okay?
Yeah.
It's not good.
New Music Friday, USA, terrible.
It's awful.
Horrible.
I would, my cousin and I, when we worked together and shared an office together, we would listen to it together and just laugh at how awful the songs were.
I'm like, who's listening to this stuff?
No one.
Right?
No one.
So, I'm listening to Music Friday, France, going through my rounds, and I'm like, all right, I'm doing something else at the time, so I'm actually letting it play. Sometimes I just I judge a book by its cover, essentially. And I'm listening to the song, and I'm like, I know this voice. And it was Stromae.
Yes,
Stromae.
Stromae.
And I was like, he's back? I had no idea.
He's back. I saw the tweet. He tweeted out a tweet
do you follow him on Twitter?
Back. I'm sure I must. Or I follow someone who follows him on Twitter. I saw the announcement. He was like, tonight, 6 p.m., it's out. My first single in 8 years. I'm like, 8 years?
Yeah, it's been a long time. Oh. Yeah.
It was so good. It was so
it's great.
Iconic, traditional Stromae.
Yeah. It was I had already heard the song before because that's how similar it was to like his style. But pleasantly surprised. I haven't seen the video, but apparently it's very good.
I watched the video. It's pretty good.
Also, I thought he like kind of disappeared between the music.
Did.
But he didn't. He's just been like doing other things.
Well, yeah, doing other things.
No,
but
I thought he like straight up was like, goodbye.
Oh. Yeah, well, I don't think any of us knew about his other things. Did you know he has like a houseware line or something?
Yeah, I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
I was like, okay, where can I get all this stuff? Because I want it.
And I saw that he also directed the Dua Lipa video for I Don't Give a Fuck. And I was
no idea.
No idea. That video, my friends would not stop watching it like 3 years ago or whatever. And it's very good. And it's quite artsy in a way, which makes sense. So
yeah, this is style.
But it's just great. I'm so happy that he's back.
Me too. And it's so funny, like all of like our French speaking friends and everything, everyone was posting about it. Everyone was excited
Who
about
are our
it.
French speaking friends?
Well, I'm pretty sure Bobby posted about it. Liz posted about it. I think so.
On where?
And then like a bunch of French people that I follow on Instagram.
Oh,
everyone's excited about Stromae. Stromae.
That's why I said it wrong.
Maestro, but doesn't everyone say Stromae?
I think in English we say Stromae.
Yeah.
Well, I think in English they go, oh, that guy that did A Laurent Dance.
Oh
Papa
my
Ute.
God. Papa Ute was such a banger when we were living in France.
Banger. But it came out in like 2013.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is I didn't realize it had been out for like 2 years already, but it was such a huge hit when we got there, but we must have been on like the tail end of it.
One of my coworkers showed it to me at the embassy, which is how I had seen it at first. Because I was like, that was a long time ago. And I was like, yeah, it was. Yeah.
I feel like the only reason people here in the States know about A La Rondance is because of the remix with Kanye.
Oh, really? I think it was just popular.
Oh,
like
really?
In general. Yeah.
Maybe it was.
Although it was recently just sampled on a Charlie XCX song. And it's like really popular on TikTok right now.
Yes, there's a stupid... Okay, I get annoyed with this TikTok video because it's the dumbest thing. It's like... And then it's over. I'm like... Bravo. You did a great video there.
Just two millennials complaining about Gen Zers. Speaking of people who are back, and also when we were living in France was the last time they did something. Adele. How many times have you cried? How many times have you cried?
Oh my gosh. Here's the thing. Don't hate me. I haven't.
I haven't cried yet either, but it's coming this week. I'm going to listen so many more times and cry.
I was on like a bit of a roller coaster when I first listened to it because, you know, the music video, there's a big long intro.
Oh, it's so
like,
good.
Can we get to the song though? I'm like, come on. Come on. Get to it.
Are you a person who like when a new song comes out with the music video, you watch the music video, not listen to the song?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I do song first, then music video.
Oh, see, if a new song comes out and there's a video attached to it, I almost always go to the video first.
That's like very early 2000s type mindset. Yeah. I love that.
I get
so
like
vintage.
The push notifications from YouTube. I am vintage. What can I say?
Antique.
I am an antique. I age like a fine wine.
This is true. You do look great.
Thank you.
But Adele also looks great. Great segue.
Oh my gosh, she looks incredible.
I can't get over her Instagram live. I know at this point it's like old news by the time this will come out.
It's old news, but it's funny.
It's so funny. Did you see the one meme of there was one with Squid Game?
Yes, I did see that one. Yeah.
The one where she like points and she's like, no, and it's like whatever. I haven't seen Squid Game.
Yeah.
And then there was another one where it's captioned like Yoda talking about how he can like move things with his mind. And it's the video clip of her going, divorce, babe, divorce. As in the Force.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
see. I
like
didn't get that. I was
A
like,
stretch.
I don't get that one.
I
but-
giggled in my pantaloons. I was loving.
Yeah.
Living
The
loving.
other ones I loved. And I was like, it's funny because it's literally like there was already a meme like that going around, or like I guess a TikTok trend, you know, where people would go on there like making fun of like, oh, influencers every time they get on live, and they'll be like, oh, we're just gonna wait for a few more people to join, and then it shows them getting like really close to the screen, and they're like reading off what people said,
It's
but
true.
she was actually doing that,
Yeah.
like, and being serious about it.
She's an international treasure.
She truly is.
God.
She is.
Speaking of other international treasures, and someone you don't
Us?
like,
Oh.
Troye Sivan.
Okay. You say someone I don't like, and I don't dislike him, but I just don't have like feelings towards him.
I think you have
I know you hate
famously
me
said
for
on the
this.
pod that you don't like to listen to Troye Sivan.
I don't enjoy listening to him, but I don't know if I've ever even tried.
Homophobia, alive and well in 2021 on a message from...
You're only allowed to call me homophobic during Pride Month.
It's Pride Month every day that I'm alive.
Okay, true. I guess I'll start listening to Troye Sivan. What did the kid do?
The music video was just chef kiss. I won't get into it. But it was... I'm very happy. Very happy. Very happy.
Fabulous.
But I did forget that I wanted to tell you a story. Now it's my turn to tell a story.
Tell me a story. I'm not a hater. I won't ask you how long it's going to be. Talk
Well,
away.
we only have a few minutes left up top, so it'll have to be short. I accidentally went to the clurb.
Accidentally.
Yes. It was wild. Because A, we're in a pandemic. B, I haven't been to the clurb since the pandemic started. Some people have like been with the restrictions. I haven't. C, I don't drink anymore since the last time I've been to a clurb. So like the triple whammy. My friend had some friends in town that I was like familiar with, and so we went, and I was with Pilar, and we had to like sign up beforehand as like members of the club. But it was like, oh, it seems like a social club.
Yes.
And that's what the Google like map preview images showed. It was like fancy chairs, low lighting type
Social club. Yeah. Social club. I'm literally thinking like mob bosses, cigar smoking. Everyone's like sitting at a table in really nice chairs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Social club.
Exactly. Kind of that vibe, but like gay. If that makes so, it's kind of the same. It's kind of the exact same vibe aesthetically. And we roll up and we're told we're like, you're at David's table. Just tell them you're at David's table.
Oh, David.
And that you've already registered. And we're like, okay. And we roll up and they're like, which David? And we were like, that we don't know her. They figure it out. The guy's like, okay, come with us. It's one of those like open one door room, open the other door area. The second door opens. Pilar and I just look at each other and we're like, oh no.
Oh my God.
This is a clurb. And it is buck wild.
Wow.
Like, nor masks. Everyone's just everywhere. And obviously, we're like panic because it's like we weren't prepared for this. Pandemic. I'm sober. Like, there's a lot going on here.
What's going on?
Yeah. And then, you know, I don't remember how to like push my way through people like I used to at the club, which is a skill. And we eventually get to our friends, which of course are like across the room. And about 2 minutes later, it's fine. It was like, oh, this is totally normal. This entire room is definitely vaccinated. Like,
Yeah. The worry leaves you.
yeah. And I had a great time. But I
that's good.
won't go back for a very long time. But yeah, that's the
It's
story
a
of how I
lot.
accidentally went to the clurb.
Like, over... Oh, I was going to say, like, over-socialization, but just socialization in general after not doing it on such a scale
Yeah.
for so long is just overwhelming.
Yeah. And I'd been talking to a friend who lived in the UK in London, and she was like, obviously restrictions there are quite lifted as well as they are here. And she was like, it's very interesting to hear my friends like go through this because we already did here. Oh, I just punched my mic in the face.
Angry.
And she was like, it's funny because everybody freaks out, which is understandable. And then about 10 minutes in, you realize, oh, this is just like normal life.
Yeah.
This is what we used to do beforehand. So,
You get used to it pretty quickly.
yeah, that's the story that I held out for you for so long.
That's fascinating.
I sense sarcasm, but that's fair. That's valid.
No, it was interesting. It really was interesting because I was excited to hear what was about to be behind that second door.
Yeah, there's definitely a, oh my God, wait, sorry. Also, I went up to the bar with Pilar and she was like, can I have a beer? And I looked at Pilar and I was like, what do I order?
Yeah, what do you order? Like sparkling water?
So I asked, I was like, do you have agua con gas? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, lit. She rolls up, massive bottle of San Pellegrino. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And she
Every
accidentally gives it to me and doesn't open it. So then I had to ask another bartender to open my massive San Pellegrino. And then I walked back like I was holding like a champagne bottle. And everyone was like, ooh. And I was like, y'all can
Party,
fuck
party.
off.
That actually recently happened to my sister and I, but we were just at a restaurant. And usually I'm the one who wants sparkling water, but she asked for it this time. And then the lady was like, I'm so sorry, we're out of the small one. She comes up with a big, huge bottle. I was
that
like,
big
it's fine,
mama.
we'll drink it. We'll drink it. And she put it in like the actual champagne cooler, like, you know, like the bucket with the ice at the bottom. I was like, thank you.
That would have been nice.
Right?
Well, it wasn't actually very hot in there, but I was sweaty.
Well, yeah, with all those bodies.
A lot of bodies. One of them is on Celebrity MasterChef in Spain.
Wow.
I know, I was like,
Celebrity
ooh.
sighting.
I mean, like, low grade celebrities. But
We'll take what we can get these days.
absolutely. And you know what we do get? No, that's a bad transition. And you know what we did get?
What?
A message from another podcast.
Ooh, this is big.
So we'll get into that right after this break.
Talk soon.
Hey everyone, this is Edward. Just wanted to say thanks so much for being a listener and tuning into the content that we provide here on A Message From. If you would be so kind to tell a friend or leave a review or subscribe, you know, do all that stuff, that'd be great. And if you want, don't forget you can send messages to us at 202-630-4509 or a message from pod@gmail.com. And we have the Instagram, a message from, and the blog for extra content, amfpod.com. And we just wanted to say thanks. Now, back to the pod.
All right, welcome back from that break. As we mentioned before, we have a very exciting message from fellow podcasters.
Yeah, we teased this collab like way too early, I think, if you remember. And we finally did it today with the Bareback podcast with Ben and Benja in the UK. And
Yes.
we're on their episode, or we're on their podcast, an episode coming out, I believe, this Friday.
This week.
Yes. And you'll be able to read some stuff about them on our blog. And in exchange, they sent us a message. So let's get into that.
Hi Alyson, hi Edward, I'm Ben.
And I'm Benja.
And we're from the Bareback Podcast, and we've got a message from for you.
In July, Spanish newspaper El Mundo published a survey with what I consider to be one of the most important questions to be answered within not just Spain, but the whole world around. They asked in a survey whether the Spanish omelette, the tortilla de patatas, should have onions or should not have onions.
What, no onions? Are people crazy?
Well, actually, 72% of people voted with the conservacionistas, with basically it's like the people who support the Spanish omelette having onions, and only 25% were sin cebollistas, basically the people who said that it shouldn't have onion. My question to you guys is, which camp are you on? Are you conservacionistas or are you sin cebollistas? And as a bonus question, I would like to know, what have you seen the other one eating that you look at it and say, hell no, I'm not having that?
Ooh. Can't wait to hear what you guys think. Bye.
Obsessed.
That's incredible. I love
I'm
it.
obsessed.
I love this message. First of all, thank you to both Ben and Benja for sending in this message.
Yeah, thanks.
We had an incredible time talking with them today for their podcast, and we really hope everyone goes and checks them out.
Yeah.
We will, at the end, we'll let you know where you can find them and all that good stuff.
Yeah, everything will be in the show notes as per usual, which
Yes.
everybody should be checking out regardless.
Always.
But we had a great convo with them. We chatted about, differences between the US, Spain, UK. We got into food. We even talked about sports.
We did talk about sports and food, the two best things.
The two best. Well, that's arguable. But I believe that coming from you.
Yes. In my
Food.
mind. But
Tortilla.
tortilla de patatas.
One of your favorite foods you
soy
have
una
here.
con chibo.
What? ¿Qué
Chibola?
dices? ¿Qué dices?
I am 4 onions in the tortilla, is what I'm trying to say.
So, yes,
That
I'm the
is what
same.
yo digo. Yo digo.
What?
Spanish.
What is happening?
I had this dream last night.
Oh, Christ.
Oh my God.
Okay.
There was a little
What
girl
happened?
in it with a doll, and she was talking, and I swear, I don't remember now if she was speaking in Italian or Spanish, but one of the two, and I was trying to respond to her, I'm like, I can speak to you. But it started coming out in Italian, and then it turned into Spanish, and then I finished in English, and I'm like, that is just so, like, reminiscent of every time I open my mouth to speak either Italian or Spanish. It's wild.
I cannot believe your subconscious was like, let's have a dream in Italian. And then your subconscious was like, switch gears. Let's try Spanish now. And then they just ended with, let's just do this in English.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
So,
You're for onions in your
I'm
tortilla.
for onions.
I'm also for
Yes.
onions.
And he said what? 70% of people, 70% of respondents were for onions.
I believe so. Yes.
I mean, how could you not? Here's the thing.
I don't know many people
If-
who aren't. No
If my
onions.
first experience with tortilla had been without onions, then maybe I would have been like, okay, no onions. But you took me to get the most incredible tortilla
Hit me with
in
that credit.
Madrid. Yes, it was so good. It was like perfectly soft inside, and there were onions. So
Yeah. So I have interesting opinions about tortilla. People here obviously love the shit out of it. All the expats I know can't get enough of it. I could go an eternity without eating another dry ass motherfucking tortilla. They are like the bane of my existence because they're not always good.
No, we had 2, right? When I was there, I remember
believe.
we had another one, and I will say the second one we had was very different, and it was good, but it was nowhere near the
Right.
other one we had.
Right. So there are some that are very dry, like I said, but the one that I took you to get, which is one of my favorites, it's like creamy almost,
Yes.
but it's truly just eggs, potato, and onion in this case.
yeah. It's incredible how they get that
sometimes
texture.
It truly is. But sometimes they're so like dry and kind of flavorless that like you need the onion.
Yeah.
So I'm for onion, 100%. My digestive tract is very not
Anti-onion,
pro-onion,
same.
very anti-onion. Yes, and garlic.
We have picky digestive tracts. Mine is also
Yes.
anti-garlic, but
Yes.
oh my gosh, that tortilla, you need it.
You do. You really do. I am very interested to know what you have seen me eat that you would think, nah, bitch. Never in my life would that go near my mouth hole.
There's only one item I can think of.
Oh.
And it was that large tentacle you ate in St. J's.
I'll never forget how freaked out I was when it came out. Only because
It was
the like
large.
flakes on it were like moving with the wind, and I thought it was like alive still. Which
She
makes no
was
sense.
blowing in the wind.
She was. She did.
And her suckers were looking at me.
Yeah, I was like, is this gonna attack me?
I literally thought it was like those few dishes where the things are still like moving when they put it on your plate. What is
Yeah.
it? Or like, isn't it when they put, there's a dish where they put like a whole baby squid on your plate and then they pour something on it and it moves and it looks like it's still alive.
Oh, because of the enzymes, like play with the neural. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
That's what was happening to your tentacle.
Yes, but sans any of that actually happening.
Yes.
It just was an illusion. It was the
It
perfect
was an
illusion.
illusion. It was.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It was divine though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Delicious. The one thing though that
I'm nervous.
I would never eat that you have eaten, but I haven't seen you with my own 4 eyes eat it. Mm-hmm. Those vegan thingies that you left at your grandma's house.
Oh my gosh.
Never
The
in my
fake
life.
chicken patties.
Yes.
They're
the fake
so
chicken patties.
good. They're so
Yes.
good. It tastes just like a regular crispy chicken patty.
Well, the octopus just tasted like a normal octopus. I think. I don't remember. But to be
That's fair,
there's not
though.
a lot of things that you eat that I wouldn't eat. I
We
don't
eat
think.
a lot of similar things.
Yes, obviously you drink coffee and I won't be caught dead near that. Unless it's in tiramisu.
I mean, I got you to do a shot of espresso once. It was dark
yes.
days.
Decaf. Wasn't no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't decaf. It was a vegan
It wasn't
sandwich.
decaf. It was a vegan sandwich in Italy. My bad.
Oh.
You know what? I still maintain that that's your fault. You sent the 2 non-Italian speakers to go order the food in Italy. So
I think that's a very good point. But my counterpoint is
it
was
literally
it
said
smarter
vegan
of
on the
me?
sign.
okay, that also a great argument.
It said
on
like
my end.
vegano. I was like vegetarian.
Would that not be vegetariano?
I didn't speak Italian at the time.
At the time. But my
Non
other
ho
argument,
parlato italiano
Oh, here
in
we
questo
go.
momento.
your subconscious now is spilling into just your conscious.
Yes.
But I would argue that it was smarter of me to send 2 people to go get food who don't really speak Italian than have them try to figure out where our train platform is and miss our train.
100%. Yes,
Okay,
I will
I'm
give
glad
you
we
that.
can come to this conclusion together.
We've come to an agreement.
Yes, yes. So what other foods do you just like not fuck with?
Shellfish, mostly. I do like crab.
You said it if you were like personally attacking them. Shellfish.
These shellfish bastards. No, I do like crab, but I had lobster once and didn't love it. It was very fresh. Like literally, we just caught this off the coast of Newfoundland, and here is your lobster.
That sounds
Maybe
divine.
Maybe I needed it. Like I don't know. Wasn't my vibe. Shrimp. Do not like shrimp at all. It's a
Okay.
texture thing. Because I like seafood. I like fish.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't do like mussels, oysters, clams. No, I couldn't do that either.
Is that also
That's-
shellfish?
Yeah.
Oh,
Shellfish,
okay.
basically.
I was like,
yeah.
are we still talking about shellfish?
Yeah, no, we're talking crab is like they get a pass. I don't know why. I don't know why I like crabs, but I like crabs.
The only crabs that'll get a pass.
The only crabs.
That one takes a second to set in, but it's a good
Oy.
one. It's a good one.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, and then obviously like
Sorry,
most
the
meat.
sirens in the background. So loud.
So loud. Yeah, most meat I won't do. Like, you're not gonna catch me eating tongue. I'm not gonna eat liver. I won't even eat a freaking hamburger. I've never liked hamburgers.
Yeah, you jumped
even as a
to
kid.
real extremes when you could have just said baseline, I don't eat like burgers. And you were like tongue, livers,
Well,
ear,
I'm
cheek.
like, these are things that people eat and like
Yeah.
tripe and stuff. No, not
Love
my
tripe.
vibe.
Love tripe.
See,
Tripe and
no,
pho.
I can't do that. I love pho, but I do the white version. I'm like, give me chicken or give me nothing, no meat at all. Like,
Oh, I'm out here like, I don't care what cut of meat it is, toss it in my soup.
put it in.
Yeah.
No, see, and even as a kid, I did eat meat as a kid, which was mostly just a product of my mother cooked dinner for me and she cooked meat.
Valid.
But like even as a kid, I hated hamburgers. Like hamburger night, oh, I dreaded it.
Interesting.
So what about you? What are foods that you will absolutely not touch besides my fake chicken patties?
Truly, I'll eat anything.
Would you eat liver?
I love fried chicken livers.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Would you eat tongue? Beef
I've
tongue.
never had tongue. I would try it. I've never had it. I've had ear, like sheep ear, and it was honestly really good. But as soon as I realized it was sheep ear, it was the only thing I could think about. And I was like, yeah, this is like what I imagine eating a sheep ear is like. It was like the
See, my thing
toughness.
is like, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't tried them, I'm like, I can confidently say I know I wouldn't like it because I've had goat before and it's just so goaty. Like, it's,
In what capacity
I'm
did
like-
you eat goat?
it was a goat stew. I went to a restaurant with a friend. It was an African restaurant, and like obviously in his country that's a very common dish. And I tried some of his, and I was just like, it's so much goat smacking me in the face. I can't do this.
Interesting, because I don't know if I could, like, in my mind, like, pinpoint what goat would taste like, but I'm sure if I ate it, I would know exactly. I'd be like, yes.
Yeah.
Same with the sheep ear. Exactly same vibe.
Yeah.
But other
So
than
I'm
that,
like,
I can't think of anything else I wouldn't eat. I don't
That's
think.
good.
Unless I'm allergic to it. Like, I can't have peaches.
Right.
Tragedy. But,
So sad.
say la vie. So, I mean, I guess there's things I don't, like, choose to eat very often. But, like, if it was given to me, beggars can't be choosers.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, if you're eating a meal at someone else's house and they've like invited you into their home and cooked for you,
Right.
I would feel really bad being like, I don't eat that.
Well, then I should have just cooked a fuck ton of meat when you were here and been like,
You act like you eat a fuck ton of meat all summer anyway.
I
No,
did.
lies.
I did just buy some meat for the first time since like April. My body was like, whoa. And I was like, yep, here we are. It
Here
was
we are.
Good, but
winter.
it was an experience for my digestive tract. But on that note, big shout out to Ben and Benja for sending us a message. And you guys should absolutely go check them out. Their podcast is called Bareback. You can find it in the show notes. And make sure to check out our episode with them. We had such a fun time, like we said.
Yeah, we had a great time. And they're hilarious. I do have one quick thing.
Oh, yeah.
I was listening to one of their most recent episodes. They talked about going on holiday. And they were in Malta. And they were talking about how they went to this like small town called Bethlehem. And it's supposed to be like, obviously like
In Malta.
named after like Bethlehem, like like where Jesus was born and all that stuff. And I
Yes.
guess obviously around like
Allegedly.
Christmas time, yes, allegedly. How obviously like around Christmas time, it's like the place to visit, the place to go, which kind of makes sense. You would
Yeah.
think there would probably be like a lot of markets and like a lot of people there, but they just kept calling it this shit town, and I couldn't stop laughing every time they said it because I had literally just read an article. You'll know this. There's a town called Bethlehem in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And it made the list of like the top 10 holiday markets in the United States. And I was
Oh.
reading this list just last week because I was like, I really want to take like a small trip, maybe like a long weekend trip in November, December before the holidays.
Hell
and then
yeah.
that article like came across my lap. So I was like, oh, perfect. And then I'm looking at Bethlehem and I'm like, maybe I'll go there. It's such a short drive. And then they're talking about this shit Bethlehem town. And I was like, oh my gosh, is this a sign?
That's a sign. That's a sign.
It's a sign.
For sure. For sure. So like we were saying, definitely check them out. We're going to do a blog post with them, like we said, on amfpod.com. You should check us out on A Message From. You should send in a message to 202-630-4509 if you live in the U.S. You should send in a message, written or voice message, to a message from pod@gmail.com. You should 5-star review us on Apple Podcasts because we would love that. We can read it on the air, just like Ben and Benja did. They said, a fruitful venture, heartwarming, funny, and unique. A message from beautifully proves that true friendship goes way beyond the boundaries of geography. Let Alyson and Edward invite you into their lives on both sides of the Atlantic and how they navigate their wonderful friendship from across the world. With great guests and highly interesting conversations, I suggest you dive in and just enjoy. Which I could not agree with.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to cry.
I know. I'm
It's so
teary-eyed.
nice.
I'd like to thank
So
the
nice.
Academy.
Oh my gosh. Ben and Benja, do you want to help me write the wedding speech for my sister's wedding?
Big ask. Big ask.
It's so good. So good.
It was well written. But proof here, people. Give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and we will read it on the pod.
Thank you so, so much for listening to this episode. We hope you enjoyed it.
Talk to you guys next Tuesday.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.